More than 10,000 kilometers of railways, nearly 100,000 kilometers of highways, nearly 1,000 bridges, and 100 ports. These numbers were highlighted at the first presser for the 2024 Summit for Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. That's the volume of infrastructural and developmental work that Chinese companies have completed in Africa.
Over the past 11 years, China and Africa have jointly built the Belt and Road Cooperation, transforming ideas into actions and vision into reality, injecting new impetus and vitality into the economic and social development of African countries, and providing important support for accelerating the construction of a community with a shared future between China and Africa.
Taking questions from the floor, the panel shared more insights into China's plan to deepen partnership in emerging fields, such as green development and the digital economy, to promote high-quality Belt and Road cooperation with African countries. African countries are very important members of the Belt and Road Initiative. In the past 10 years or so, Chinese companies have signed construction contracts in Africa worth over $700 billion, achieving a turnover of over $400 billion. With the aim of creating a community of shared future, African countries have come to China for this year's Forum on China-Africa Cooperation to strengthen partnerships. On that note, I've talked to journalists attending this presser on what they think about the Belt and Road Initiative.
Take you a few years back. China had built the Tazara Railway. The Tazara Railway is the railway that is a train railway from Tanzania to Zambia. So it was called Tazara. By then we had the old type of trains. But now through this partnership, we have the first electric train in our country. And this might not be news to you, but it's news to us because that's a great revolution in terms of transportation.
And look, I mean, when you talk about the Belt and Roads Initiative, you talk about economic growth, you talk about opportunities, and that is essentially what we are here for. And looking at the lessons that China has provided, I mean, my time here in Beijing and basically what I've observed is that, China is highly technologically advanced. It's highly important that the world comes together, particularly to ensure that we bring President Xi Jinping's vision to fruition of a modernized global economy with a shared future for all mankind.
A dedicated session on the topic of jointly building the Belt and Road Initiative will be held during this year's forum. In addition to achievements in infrastructure and construction, participants are drawing inspiration from China's path to modernization in order to tackle challenges back home.